What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video, another year, and another playoff series against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I feel like it's literally only Tampa or Boston. I feel like every single time I sit down to make these videos, but we had a sprinkle of Montreal and Columbus in there as well, even though the Columbus one technically doesn't really count, but because they didn't really make the playoffs, to be honest with you. But anyways, Leafs and Lightning, sorry, I'm still sick. You guys have probably heard that 1,000 times on this channel. Something's wrong with me. I don't know. I got water on deck. I got everything ready to go. But the Maple Leafs and Lightning start Tuesday. This is the series preview. Leafs and Lightning. This is going to be crazy. Another crazy year for the Maple Leafs, playing really well. Another great year for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And I want to remind you guys, if you're new here, to like this video and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. Lots of content coming for the playoffs. And then after the playoffs, hopefully the playoffs last really long for the Maple Leafs. But we do know that there's a lot of really good teams. Can Boston get it done after the season they had? Tampa, can they get it done after their rough stretch? On the other side, the Oilers look really strong. You can never count out the Avs, the Knights. It doesn't matter. There's so many good teams. The Rangers, Devils. It's going to be crazy this year. It's going to be an amazing playoff. I do want to bring up one thing. The QAG Leafs inbox. I told you guys, make sure to click the link down below if you guys are interested in being featured in one of my videos. I'm working with QAG Queensway, and I got a great question to start the video. And like I told you guys, I want to promote you guys. So all you got to do is do what Arash or Arish did here. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing your name, but thank you so much for the question. I've got it pulled up on the screen. That's why I'm looking to the side here. With the hashtag QAG Leafs inbox. Hey, Andrew, with O'Reilly now back to me when he's on that. Sorry, I think the question's a little bit messed up here. But with O'Reilly back now, that he's with Tavares, the Nylander line, JT looks so much more comfortable on the wing. Do you see O'Reilly playing 3C or 2C with Willie and JT? Also, to me, for the most part, Nyes has looked great so far. For the most part, do you see him playing in the playoffs? So, two questions there, which is great. Thank you, Arish. And by the way, like I told you guys, if you want to be featured like this, ask me a question with the hashtag QAG Leafs inbox. I want to promote you guys, and like I said, click the link down below. If you're looking for a new VW, Mitsubishi, or Mazda, or a pre-owned car, they've got over 150. Make sure to click the link down below. Like I said, support me and Queensway. But I do want to pull that question back up and answer it. I do see the Leafs getting really creative here. They usually like to mix up their lines. Sheldon Keefe is really creative there, which is very good. I like when he mixes it up. I want to start with Matthew Nyes because this is the most intriguing part. If Matthew Nyes makes this roster, he's been playing in the top 6, but I can't see how they would want to just move him up. The only way I can see that is because they've liked the way that he played with O'Reilly and Nylander. Maybe they have Tavares with other players. I don't know. I can't see it. But I think the Leafs have to start with Tavares, Nylander, and O'Reilly and then go from there because you want to give two really, really big lines and then give your bottom 6 a chance to be shut down or a mix of defense and offense. So I think they're going to start with Tavares, Nylander, and O'Reilly. And, of course, Matthews, Bunting, Marner, and then go from there. I want to see them mix Nyes into that top 6 if he does play. I think he's looked great. But, again, playoff hockey's different, so we'll have to see. But I say, like I said, they start with JT, O'Reilly, Nylander, and then with Matthew Nyes, I think he does have a spot in the bottom 6. So, again, thank you to Arash or Arish. Again, I don't want to mispronounce your name. Thank you to Queensway. But I want to get into a little bit more of the preview besides just the lines like Arish just brought up. So Leafs in Tampa, Leafs with 111 points on the season. The Lightning with 98 points on the season. The season series favors the Leafs at 2-0-1. And game 1 is in Toronto because the Leafs have home ice advantage, which is absolutely fantastic. You want to start at home. If the Leafs could grab both games at home, I would love that. Again, this is kind of like fantasy land because I'll give my prediction at the end. And again, I want you guys to leave your comments down below. Predict the series. Leave a question for the next video. Hashtag QAG Leafs inbox. Again, shout out to Queensway. But I want to know, What do you guys think with the home ice advantage? Does it really matter for the Leafs because they've had home ice and they've lost multiple times? So does it really matter? I think they've lost 3 times with home ice advantage, maybe 4 times, which is kind of sad because usually home ice teams are like thriving for that, and good teams usually take advantage of that. So if the Leafs can get out of here, and I've been saying that for the longest time, this Leafs team should be absolutely ready for this. It's all mental. I'm telling you guys, it's all mental. These guys need to be ready up here because if they're not, that's what's going to take them out of the series right away. Now, I want to bring you guys to the points again. The Leafs Big Four at the top, as they should be, but I want to move over to last season, right? And I want to go to the playoffs. So last year in the playoffs, Matthews showed up, Marner showed up, Nylander showed up, and Tavares showed up. Even Riley, right? Even, the depth scoring, the Leafs were getting it. But there's a little bit of inconsistency because if you go to the year before, Nylander's still there. Epic voice crack there because I'm sick. Do apologize for that. Kerfoot was second in points, and Matthews and Marner were pretty much non-existent as star players. This year, we need to see this. Oh, well, let's go to the regular season. We need to see this. Not the amount of points, but we need to see them at the top, right? Because it can't just be, William Nylander has been a proven point producer in the playoffs the last couple of years. They stepped it up last year. There's still inconsistency there. The Leafs need these guys to show up. And I hear people saying, the X factor is Samsonov. The X factor is Bunting. No, the X factor is the Leafs' top 4. And it will be until they win. Because as easy of an answer that is, and almost like a cop-out answer, those guys have to produce for this team to win. If they're not the guys that are getting it done on the score sheet, then this series is over. The Leafs need their bottom 6 to be effective defensively and physically and chip in when they can. They need their goaltending to at least keep them in the game because this Leafs forward group should be able to score 3 goals every game. They did it to Vasilevsky last year. He was getting lit up in a few of those games, and they didn't take advantage. Their goaltending was kind of piss poor. Campbell wasn't that great. Him and Vasilevsky had a similar save percentage and goals against. The Leafs scored more goals than Tampa last year, and they still didn't win the series. But this just shows that these top players need to take over. They need to take over this series. You have to not just match Tampa's top players, but you have to exceed them. And that's why they're X factors. In terms of the Tampa Bay Lightning, I am going to go to Vasilevsky because he's their X factor. As we know, Vazzy can steal a series by himself. His numbers this year have been fantastic. 60 games played. What an absolute workhorse. 2.65, 915 save percentage. Without Vasilevsky, this team is screwed. And I know people will be like, oh my God, you're such an idiot. But the Tampa Bay Lightning didn't play very well at the end of the season. And Vasilevsky having to play that many games just shows you that they do need this guy in the crease. Now, if we are looking at their point production, Kucherov, point is so underrated, 51 goals. Stamkos, Hagel, 30-goal year. Killorn, Sergachev, like these guys, Sergachev, just absolutely fantastic. Hedman, they've got depth like crazy. And you got to make sure that you lock these guys down because this team is deep. This team is deep, and I want to look at their playoff numbers as well. Look at these guys in the playoffs last year. Absolutely insane. 27 points for Kucherov, 21 for Palat, 19 for Stamkos, including 11 goals for him and Palat. Like, they've got guys producing. Corey Perry with 11 points. He had 6, pretty big goals. The year before that, in 2021, again, these guys just light the lamp. Every single year, you could keep going back and back until they haven't made the playoffs. 14 goals for Braden Point. Tampa Bay will produce. But again, I believe their X factor is Vasilevsky, in my opinion. But this Leafs team has to realize that these guys are proven performers. They've won 2 cups very recently, and they're looking to go to the Stanley Cup Finals again. They just keep getting there. Every single year, they're going to the Stanley Cup Final. The Leafs have to be the ones to stop them. And it won't get any easier if you get out of round 1. You're going to be staring at a team that is statistically right now the best team ever. That Bruins team is fantastic. But again, you don't want to get past this. Look at these numbers. That's what you're going up against. This team has depth. This team has scoring. They have goaltending. But they know how to get out of here. This Tampa team mentally is strong. And for the Maple Leafs, they have to overcome that hurdle. They've had some really, really embarrassing losses. Some really, really embarrassing series. But this team is built so much different. Their bottom six is different. Their blue line is the best that it's been in years. They've got so much depth. They've got physicality. They've got guys that can fight in the bottom six and on the blue line. Samsonov looks pretty good. He looks like he's going to be able to hold his own. Joseph Woll looks pretty good. And hell, Matt Murray has a couple cups, but I don't know if he'll ever get in. You're just hoping Samsonov takes it, you know? Knock on wood that he stays healthy. They have to get out of their own head. They've got everything. They do. This is a great team. Kyle Dubas has built a good team. Whether or not you like the guy or not, this guy has built a great team. Sheldon Keefe has been a pretty solid coach since coming in. But you got to think both of those guys' jobs are on the line. Brendan Shanahan's job might be on the line. This is a make or break season. Austin Matthews is a free agent on July 1st. He's eligible, or not July. He's eligible to sign an extension July 1st. I'm a moron. He's eligible to sign an extension on July 1st. And then he'll become a free agent the following season. The reason why I bring that up is it's important. Because if they get bounced in the first round again and there's big changes, I don't know why this guy would stick around. And then this could really, really be the beginning of the end for this core. William Nylander's eligible to have an extension July 1st as well. That guy just scored 40 goals with a less than $7 million contract. What do you do if we don't win? I'm going to tell you something. They're not going to lose. And I haven't felt this way in a long time. The Leafs aren't going to lose. They're going to win this series in 5 games. That's my prediction. People are going to be laughing at me thinking I'm nuts. Leafs in 5. They're going to win the first 2 at home. They're going to play their ass off in Tampa. And then they're going to come back to Toronto and win the series. That's my prediction. You guys let me know. What do you guys think? Make sure to leave your comments down below. I think it's up here. I'm sure none of the players watch this video, but do it. Get out of here. New playoffs, new team, new year to do it. Get it done. This team could go far if you get out of that first round. It's mental. We've got everything else. Leave your comments down below. If you're new here, like and subscribe. Join the squad. I'd love to have you guys here. QAG Leafs inbox. Leave your question down below to be featured. Shout out to Queensway Auto. I love and appreciate you guys as always. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video or stream. Go Leafs go. Game 1, Tuesday. Tampa Bay in Toronto. Go Leafs go. Peace.